You guys need to do a better job of putting a body in these guys before they can get into their routes.
We definitely have to find an answer. We're going to work through that this week, but it's been unacceptable the first 3 weeks, the type of production that the tight end position has had, and that'll be an emphasis this week.
What were some of your other takeaways when you were rewatching opposing tight ends?
As far as the previous games?
Yeah, like was it something specific yesterday, or is it something so overall as far as either coaching or personnel that you can pinpoint?
I think we can obviously coach it better and also play it better when a player has an opportunity to make a play. I don't think it's one thing, and also very good players that we faced at that position, but we have to have answers for that.
Who has done it in the past covering tight ends? I know you guys moved him to free. Is there a consideration of maybe doing that more with him because of his speed?
I would say everything's on the table right now, just to find an answer to get that fixed.
Does not having Pat around affect how you guys cover tight ends?
I think not having one of the best players in football around is going to affect your defense overall. So I would say definitely it does.
You talk about saying a lot about going off schedule. At what point in the game did that happen? Because you were only down 8 heading into the fourth quarter. So what point did you start going off schedule?
When we got down 15, we felt like we had to go the way they were kind of moving the ball and running the football, that we needed to conserve time and try to play more drop back and style, and it didn't work, obviously.
Is there a point that you guys have that you decide, all right, if we go down by this much, this is when we start doing this, or does it just kind of feel?
More of a feel, yeah.
You guys have, I think, 5 hits on the opposing quarterbacks combined over the last 2 weeks. How much of a concern is that? Are you guys going to have to change what you do a little bit defensively to get more pressure on quarterbacks?
We definitely need to get more pressure. We have some young guys in the secondary, and asking them to hold up for that long is a tough task. But Chandler Jones continues to show up and be there, and Suggs was the previous week. But you definitely like to make those guys more uncomfortable.
Offensive line-wise, Coach, was it the fourth quarter pressure that Kyler was feeling? Was that more Carolina knowing that you're dropping back to pass, or was it an offensive line blocking issue?
We definitely played into their hands, being one-dimensional at that point, and they could pin their ears back. And there were times we've got to get the ball out and understand first and second down. We can't afford to take a sack on third down. If you're trying to make a play, that can be a different situation at times. But as an offense, we just have to do a better job there.
How much of a learning process is that for him to learn when to throw the ball away instead of holding on to it just a fraction too long?
I think it's huge. I think all these are great learning experiences. You learn more from the tough times than you do from the successes, and he understands that. But we can't continuously be in 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15 through that stretch, and he knows that.
Could Kyler help himself a little bit by maybe stepping up into the pocket as opposed to kind of turning around when he feels the pass rush?
I think there's a lot of things that we can get better at, and he knows that. And once there's a kind of a comfort level. I mean, this is only his 3rd game starting in the NFL in this system, and I think once he gets that comfort level, he's just going to continue to get better and better.
How important was it for him to show that running ability on either he decided to change the call or take off on his own? How important is that to start showing that now?
I think that's part of his game, and I think, once again, the more he plays, the more comfortable he's going to get in this league and what he can do and what he can't do, and that's just part of his development.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, did Justin Murray or Mills distinguish themselves? Either one of them distinguish themselves, you think?
I think we feel good about both guys. I was impressed by Jordan being able to step in. He did get fatigued towards the end, but initially I thought he had some nice plays and really did a nice job in the run game.
You talked a lot about Kyler in the fourth quarter, even going back to college. Last night obviously didn't go super well, but that's across the team too. But with Kyler, did you notice any change in his demeanor or anything like that in the fourth quarter?
I didn't. Obviously, we were all frustrated that we couldn't get things going there late, but I didn't. I mean, he's a competitor and he wants to win, and so I didn't see any drastic changes.
Did it take him any more time to process the loss, considering the fourth quarter was usually where he's better, and last night it didn't go that way?
I don't think so. I think just processing how much better we can be. I think that's what he's starting to see, and as an offense as a whole, I think we're understanding that. I felt for most of the game we had a good rhythm, running the ball, play action, different things, more so than we did the first 2 weeks. We just didn't close it very well.
Moving forward with Kyler's running, is that something you'd like to see him do a little bit more maybe every week, or until there's a certain area where it's perfect balance?
I would say whatever he's comfortable with at this point. I mean, we don't want to rush him in anything or force anything upon him. He's a dynamic playmaker. He has been his whole life, and those plays will come. So I don't think you can force those.
How would you assess how he did when he ran?
I thought he made some nice plays with his feet, some big gains, extended some drives, and that's definitely a weapon for him.
He was visibly frustrated after incompletion to David Johnson, threw his hands up, put his head down. Are you okay with him showing those emotions on the field, or is that something you'd rather be done?
I think body language is something as a young player that you're going to work through and work on. But I like that he's a competitor, but I think at times, you've got to be stoic, if you will, and just play the next play.
3 weeks in now, what percentage of plays is Kyler checking at the line of scrimmage? Do you have a sense of that?
I wouldn't get into a percentage, but he has a good command of it. I mean, there's times that he's doing some good things at the line, getting us into the right play, and he'll continue to get better at it.
You huddled with him in the locker room. We noticed when we were allowed to go in, was that anything specific, or was that just a consolation talk?
I always just check on those guys after the game, make sure they're good mentally, physically, just some general thoughts that we kind of talk out before we get back together today.
You guys are halfway through Peterson's suspension. What do you make of how the other cornerbacks have stepped in during that time?
I think it's still a work in progress. I mean, those guys have been asked to take on much bigger roles than any of us anticipated, but they're competing hard, and they're just going to keep getting better. I mean, Murphy, go from a rookie to a starting corner in a matter of weeks when Rob gets hurt is a big jump, and he continues to get better.
When you have some issues on the defensive side of the ball, we all know Vance is doing a lot of that stuff. Do you find yourself getting any more involved than you would any other week because of those issues?
We always talk through things and make sure we're on the same page with what's going on and address whatever issues that we both see. And so that communication has been great and will continue.
Did you ever click over during the game, tell him to run something that you see coming or whatnot?
We talk throughout the game, but I won't get into the specifics of it. But he's called defense for a long time, and I have all the confidence in the world in what he's doing.
That last Carolina drive before the half, was that coverage issues there at the end of that? You guys were not in the right place, position?
Yeah, I think I liked the coverage we had called. We didn't execute it, obviously. I mean, that was a heck of a throw and a heck of a catch, and you just can't have that happen at that point in the game.
After watching the film, what did you see from David Johnson?
I felt like he really competed well. I think he was running tough. He made a tremendous play on the touchdown, and would have liked to get him more touches. Once again, we got down 15 and got off schedule a bit, but he ran the ball really well.
Outside of Andy Lee, were there any injuries yesterday?
None off the top of my head.
You have a mini scouting report on Seattle yet?
A very good football team, as always. It seems like they just reload every year, and Russell is Russell and continues to make a ton of plays with his legs and his arm, and the receiving core has stepped up after losing Baldwin, and then defensively they have that culture there, and they play hard and they play physical, and so it'll be a heck of a challenge for us.
We've all talked, and the media's talked about the similarity between Russell and Kyler. In what ways do you see that, if you see that at all?
I think anytime you have the same size and have some athleticism and a baseball background, you're going to get that, and I can see that. And then just the competitive nature of both of them. I think anytime their teammates go out on the field with them, they feel like they have a chance because of what they can do on a football field, and so I think those are the similarities.
What can Kyler learn from him watching his film?
I think more than anything, the poise and him, the way he handles every situation, throwing it away, not taking sacks, doing different things to always keep his team in the game. When you look at Russell Wilson's teams, they're always in the game in the fourth quarter, and that's a key in this league.
With your experience as a quarterback, how long does that usually take for a young player to learn how to do that and to develop that poise?
Yeah, I think it's as a rookie, it's every rep is beneficial, and it'll just continue to develop as we go. I mean, we're going to go through some ups and some downs, but that's something that you can only learn through playing.
There's been a lot of optimism, obviously, through the first 2 weeks, and this was the first week that I sensed a little bit of just irritation at how you guys played just down the stretch. How do you keep frustration from building in the locker room? Obviously you haven't won yet. Where are you there as far as managing expectations, reality, and just kind of the future of this team?
We have a great group of veteran leaders that understand where we're at and what we're trying to accomplish, and that makes it a nice luxury for all of us coaches. But we know what we want to be as a team and where we're heading.
Can you sense any more frustration from the guys who were on the team last year and went through that season versus guys who are new to the team and able to see that?
I don't think so. I think, once again, we have great leadership and guys, they understand our message and what we're trying to accomplish.
What would a win do for this mindset of this team?
I mean, anytime you win a football game, it's great for confidence and what you're trying to accomplish moving forward. So it'd be a big deal.